मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिण शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति पराङ्गतिम्। वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतले ऐमे महामण्टपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम्। अग्रे वाचयति प्रपञ्चनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं वरदादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं। नमस्सभायै। Lectures on Ramayana part 2. Today we will be talking about the importance of character. So रामायण का पहला सर्ग तो राम का गुण विवरण, राम का गुण वर्णन होता है। आज तो सर्ग प्रथम सर्ग में राम जी का गुण वर्णन का पाठ करेंगे। राम इति रामः। हु इज राम? स्वामी विवेकानंद ने ही सेज Rama and Sita are both ideals of the nation. राष्ट्र का यही मूल है रामायण ग्रंथ, और वो ग्रंथ का हीरो श्री रामचंद्र और सीता माँ दोनों राष्ट्र का आइडियल्स है। राष्ट्र का देखने के लिए योग्य पुरुष है सीता और रामा। वही स्वामी विवेकानंद का विवरण है। रामायण तो इतना सिविलाइजेशन से जोड़ दिया, इंडिया भारत सिविलाइजेशन, यही महा एपिक है। यही राम है। राम तो आइडियल है, हिंदी में मर्यादा पुरुष। राम कथा कैसे शुरू होता है? भजामि देवं वरदाग्रजं तं पदाम्बुजं यस्य पवित्र कीर्तेः शिरांसि शीलयति श्रुतीनां मनांसि वा मत्कुल संभवानां। Rama came to this world to be one among us, matkula sambhavanam. Bhajami devam bharadagrajam tam. This is Rama's guna. Rama doesn't want to be called as Rama or Ramabhadra. He wants to be always known as Dasharati, Raghava, Bharadagraja. Bhajami devam Bharadagrajam tam padambujam यस्य पवित्र कीर्ते। उसका गुण तो पवित्र कीर्तन है। शिरांसि वा शीलयति श्रुतीनां वा मनांसि वा मत्कुल संभवानां। You need to pay your obeisance to him either by offering your salutations to him, Shiram Shiva, or like us joining here on the second part 2 of the series on lectures on Ramayana, you just join as a group. Sangachatvam samvadatvam samvo manamsi janatam deva bhagam yata purve sanjnanana upasate. Rigveda said Sangachatvam samvadatvam samvo manamsi. Let us all be in unison. This is what Rama does. Rama in several Before, what he did, he brought all people together because Ramayana is nothing but Veda Samyam or Veda Sara. So what does Veda say? The Rig Veda, the Prathama Veda's last Varga, that means last portion of Rig Veda says this. It is first Rig Veda is made in poetic form. The first poem of the last Varga is dedicated to Agni. Then subsequent 3 or 4 final poems in Rig Veda are dedicated to basically Sabha. So they call a Devata to be Sabha. Sangati, Sabha. So that's how they do. So Sangachatvam Samvadatvam Samvo Manamsi Janatam. So let us all come in unison and do good. It's not socialism, because Krishna says Karmanyeva Adhikarasya. He says let us all come, do your part. Deva Bhagam Yata Purve. Like Devas come, Agni comes, Varuna comes, Indra comes, Marut comes, like all these Devata come, they do their duty. Agni is to lit the fire. Similarly, Varuna is to give rain. Indra is to take care of all the trees and other things. Shashyaha. Usko dekhne wala hai Indra. So, Maghavan. Iska naam hai Maghavan. So, like that, every Devata has their delegated duty. They come, do their job, take whatever oblations we give them, whatever avis we give them, Deva Bhagam Yata Purve, and then they go. Likewise, Rama started this concept of Ramayana Patan. So Ramayana का पठन उसका काल में ही उसके सामने हुआ, इसीलिए ये ग्रंथ बहुत श्रेष्ठ है. सो भजामि देवं वरदाग्रजं तम. So the first foremost part is Rama's guna. Rama is Saulabhya Purusha. Rama is Sadhu. Rama is Sausilya Purusha. Saulabhya means simplicity, whereas Sausilyam is mixing with everybody. More, the important guna for a Deva is not only Saulabhyam, not only being simple. Okay, if particular Deva is simple or somebody is simple, it's only going to influence them. But if they are approachable, that is called Sausilyam. It's like flow of river. So Rama is known more for his guna. So the Prathama Sarga of Ramayana starts like this. So how did it happen? Narada comes, Valmiki asks question. Naradam, Valmiki, those two people converse. So starting itself is a way of life. You got to listen to people, but they are not saying that you cannot question. In Shastra, in Sanatana Dharma, there is one anga or one part of Shastra known as Tarka. So it is always allowed. We call it as Purva Paksha. You got to question the previous text, Purva Paksha, then argue, then come to some form of conclusion. So that's what it is. So Valmiki asks Narada, I want to know about good things, particularly a good character. But that character should be a living one. It's not something yonder. It's not somewhere in some yuga. Asmin kale, in this time and age, I just want to know about a particular model character. Kon asmin sampratam loke gunavan. So, this is the second poem of Ramayana. Gunavan. We all know that Rama slain Ravana. That is his parakrama. But more importantly is guna. Guna ka kirtan karna. Wahi hamara kartavya hai. So, tapaswadhyaya niratam tapasvi vagvidam varam naradam paripapracha valmiki munipungavam munihi. Munihi mane mananashilaha. One who always does dhyan, one who always imbibes and ponders upon things. So one has to first understand, comprehend. Munihi mananasilaha. Rishihi. What is the difference between Muni and Rishi? Rishihi is only they see things, give it to people. That's all their job. Mantra drashtaraha rishihi. Whereas mananasilaha Muni. So you gather, imbibe, ponder and then give it to people. So Valmiki and Narada are considered to be Shreshta Munihi. So Valmiki asks Narada, both are proficient in tapaha, takaraha, saukhyadayakaha. So that is Mangalacharane. So these two munis are very able in an important dharma, that is tapas. Tapas swadhyaya niratam. So tapas becomes swadhyaya. Before you preach, one has to practice. So that is acharate. Swayam acharate iti acharyaha. Ashinoti shastrarthan swayam acharati. You need to go and gather information. Ashinoti shastrarthan. So you go and gather the information. But before telling others, before dictating others, you should swayam acharet. Even in Tamil it is called acharya, acharyan. Telugu also acharya varu. Kannada be acharya. So the word doesn't vary among the vernaculars. Acharyan. The one who is learning from acharyan is known as shishya. Okay. So both are well versed in the basic dharma, which is nothing but swadhyaya. So they first think and then they learn and then they start to preach. So those two are very qualified for this conversation. So all great texts begin as conversation, whether it is Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a conversation between Janamejayan and Yajnavalkya. Similarly, Bhagavatam is a conversation between Sukha Brahma Maharshi and Parikshit Maharajan. Okay, and how did it propagate? It propagated in Naimisharanya. Nimshar Kshetra mein Suta Pauranika. So Sanatana Rishi, all these rishis were doing Satra Yajna. Satra Yajna means it goes for several hundreds of years, and when they have Virama, दोपहर में थोड़ा विराम काल होते थे, उस समय they call this Suta Pauranika. Pauranikas are those who go and sing these guna गायन करने वाला पौराणिका. देवों का गुण गायन करने वाला तो पौराणिका मानते हैं. So they call what is called Suta Pauranika. Suta Pauranika is a direct descendant of Vyasa's Shishya, who was given in charge of propagating these Puranas. Ashtadasa Purana, 18 Puranas. Okay, so likewise, Ramayana is also conversation between Valmiki and Narada. Narada is a Deva Rishi. Naram dadhati iti Narada. Vyutpatti. How did the word Narada come? Naram mane jnana. Jnana dene wala. Naram dadhati iti Narada. So this Narada was asked, you need to ask. You should not go unsolicited, because this is a gopya, vishaya of that gambira hai. So now Valmiki asks, he does all the paja seva and everything, and then asks, hey Sage Narada, I want to know about good character. Okay, so kon asmin sampratam loke. So we are into Ramayana. Kon asmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan. Second only comes virta. First comes guna. It is the character, moral character. Kon asmin sampratam, the concurrent world, in this world. I don't want you to tell somebody like Dattatreya, who was in the prior yuga. No, I want somebody who is living day to day. I need to see him so that I could tell them to be consider them to be a role model. Asmin, sampratam means concurrent. Asmin, this, but concurrent. So, asmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan. So, he is asking. So, the second stanza is about asking Narada, I need a person who is an elevated person with such superior guna. Right? That's how he starts, and then Narada, Valmiki asks 16 questions in 3 shlokas. So like Shodasha Kala. So how does the month revolve? The month starts with Amavasa. Then Chandrayan ke Ganato, particularly in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, all northern India use the movement of Chandra, that is known as Chandrayanam, to quantify month, whereas West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, these 3 states use Sauramana, the movement of sun from one Rasi to other Rasi. That's what these 3 states use. But majority, India it's always Chandramanam. All festivities are normally conducted according to Chandramana Paddhati. Pitru Pujanam and Vrata normally conducted according to Suryamana Paddhati. That we should know. So they're like Shodasha Kala. So a month starts in Chandrayana Paddhati with Amavasa, then Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, likewise. Then it goes all the way up to Purnamasi, right? Purnamas. So it's 16. So likewise, Shodasha Kala. So now Valmiki asks 16 questions to characterize this growth. Because always Chandra is pleasant. Navo navo bhavati jayamanonnam ketu rishasa medyagre bhagan devebhyo vitatatyayan prachandrama sthirati dheerghamayuhu. Like Chandra starts from nowhere. Amavasa, new moon, dark. But then it becomes full moon. Like that, navo navo bhavati. Like Chandra grows from nowhere to full-blown new moon, we would like to know so many characters of a model. So that is known as Navo Navo Navam. So Narayana and Ramayana is not an old epic, it is a living epic because Na Tripyate iti Navam. Navam means new. But there is another Utpatti. Sanskrit is a beautiful language, as I alluded to in my previous lesson. So Nava. So Navo Navo means that which always keeps us reading, that always asks us to come back, keep on reading, keep on reading, keep on reading. Otherwise, why would we do that in a remote West Texas? Ramayana kan pravachan, our part kyun kare? Because it entices. It entices to read. So that is known as Itihasa, Nava Itihasam, because Nava means not only new, Nava means Na Tripyate iti. It doesn't satisfy us. I'm not going to leave Ramayana today. I'm going to read tomorrow, day after. So that is, so give me a person who will always entice me to look forward to. That is the base. So Ramayana is a base to look forward to somebody. That is known as Ramayana. So what is Ramayana? So beautifully Vivekananda says, Ramayana gives us two things. That is very important. So according to Swami Vivekananda, Western civilization takes pride to show their strength. They show their strength by conquering. Whereas Indian civilization, Sanatana Dharma ke upar aadhar hai, wo civilization, what does it do? It takes strength and fortitude by virtue of suffering. So Ramayana does both. Ramayana talks about valor, Ramayana talks about fortitude of suffering. No other epic in the world does this both together. So what it says, it tells about the valor of Rama, that is secondary. Because he doesn't have to come here, Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Satya Parakrama. When everything was over, Brahmaji comes from Akash and then he showers petals on Rama and he starts doing stotra. So when he starts doing stotra, he says, why are you doing puja to me? I am just like you. Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Satya Parakramam. Whereas Kamba in Tamil Desh, Kamban always portrays Rama as a devata, superior person. Whereas Valmiki doesn't. He tries, but he fails. That's another story. But it's believed that Valmiki Ramayana portrays Rama as a superior human being. So Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Satya Parakramam. So, like this, I want to see a role model who goes through the cycle of ups and downs. See, living people, nobody is always 100% happy. There are always ups and downs. So, like the Chandan, Navo Navo Bhavati Jayamano. Jayamana means growth. Navo Navo Bhavati Jayamana. Growth happens. Navo Navo Bhavati Jayamano. Nam Ketu Rishasa Medyagre Bhagan Devebhyo Vitatatyayan Prachandrama. Likewise, so then the story starts. So what is he asks? This is the beauty. So according to Vivekananda, Western civilization has one particular strength. It shows its strength by might, by conquering others. Anyway, this is his view. And the second one is the Indian civilization or the Eastern civilization strength is by patiently withstanding the sufferings. That is, it shows the fortitude of suffering. This we see in Ramayana. Rama slain Ravana. More importantly, the valor of Rama is shown in Dandakaranya. in Janasthana, when single-handedly he conquers 14,000 soldiers under the leadership of Khara Dushana. Right? So that is the valor. Even Lakshmana didn't come to help him. Rama alone did it. And the best gift Rama ever had was the hug from Sita. That is where she openly hugs him. Tam drishtva satruhantaram maharshinam sukhavaham babuva hrishtva vaidehi bhartaram parishasvaja. Parishasvaja means alingan karna. Tam drishtva satruhantaram. She sees from yonder on the banks of Godavari that Rama comes with all blood on his shoulder because 14,000 soldiers were beaten to death by Ramachandra, because these were the subordinates to Ravana. The Janasthana was ruled. Dandakaranya was not totally ruled by Ravana. A particular portion, particular topographical section of Dandakaranya was ruled by Ravana. That place is known as Janasthana, and that place he gifted to his sister Shurpanaka. So that is her residing place. Okay, so where is Dandakaranya? The Dandakaranya begins at the border between Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, Chitrakoot. Udhar se down south up to Simhachal in Andhra Pradesh. On the east it goes up to Jharkhand. On the west it goes up to the border of Gujarat and Maharashtra, Nasik, Godavari Tat. So that is a deep forest known as Dandaka Vana, named after a person called Dandaka. He was a Suryavamshi Raja. He did some mischief, so he was made into Paishas and he was wandering in that area. Like all these anecdotes I will pass on because these are so many small things you won't be able to gather if you just pass through Navaha. Ramayana should be done as Navaha, Bhagavatam should be done as Saptaha. That protocol also you know. Okay, so this Janasthana was the residing place of Ravana's sister Shurpanaka. So what is the meaning? It is based on Shurpanaka means, Naka means nail, and her Naka was grown like a muram, like the thing which they used to willow things. So that is known as Shurpanaka. So Sanskrit has to have meaning for every word. Dhatu se wo shabd ka arth karna hai. So likewise, so what did he do? Tam drishtva satruhantaram maharshinam sukhavaham babuva hrishtva vaidehi bhartaram parishasvaja. That is the reason. Look, nobody can slay 14,000 soldiers single-handedly. Rama did. But then how should Valmiki have started the story? Valmiki should have started praising the valor of Rama. But he did not. He said, Gunavan, uska gun to bolo. His moral character. That's what you... So he asks 16 characters in this world. Name a person who has all these 16 characters. Very good. First, Gunavan. Second comes Viryavan. Then comes Dharmagnyaha. Then comes Krithagnaha. Satyavak. Dridhavritaha. Charitrenaha. Sarvabhuta hita purushaha. Vidhuvan. Samartaha. Priyadarshanaha. Atmavan. Atmavan means who can control themselves. Atmavan. Jitakrodaha. Dyutiman. Anasuyakaha. Very important. One should not be jealous of others. It's a very important character. Anasuyakaha. Sangyog me. In Yuddha me. Even Devas are afraid. So these are the 16 characters. Gunavan, Viryavan, Dharmagnaha, Kritagnaha, Satyavak, Dridhavrataha, Charitrena Yuvataha, Sarvabhuta Hita Purushaha, Vidwan, Samartaha, Priyadarshanaha, Atmavan. Atmavan means one who can control. Jitakrodaha, who can control Krodha. Then Dhyutiman, Anasuyakaha, Sanyuge Devaha, Bibhyati Purusha. Bibhyati means to scare. So tell me, all these 16 characters, can these be in one? So he stunned Narada. So this is a trick Valmiki does. So when these questions were put in 3 shlokas, Shloka number 2, 3 and 4 in Valmiki Ramayana, Pratama Sarga, these 3 shlokas asks about these 16 characters. And then from Shloka number 8 to Shloka number 19, 12 shlokas, watch this math here. So all was asked was, give me answer for these 16 questions. In 3 shlokas, what was the meter I said? Valmiki Ramayana is set in Anushtup meter, 32 letters in 4 quarters. Each quarter will have 8 letters. That's the Anushtup. Beautiful kavya. Right? But then, what? Ek gun to char gun ho gaya. Narad ko, he wanted to only give 16 answers. But Narada goes and gives about 64 to 75 answers. Very, very shrewd. Valmiki, when he writes this, wo rachan karne to, Valmiki ka buddhi itna vishal ho gaya. Because Machanda Deva Saraswati, Brahman. So the Brahma comes and he says, I will give you my Saraswati. So whatever you say is going to be Satya. So he writes this answer in 12 poems. What did Valmiki ask? Valmiki asked 16 questions in 3 poems. He just multiplies 3 times 4 is 12. So Valmiki gets answer from Narada from shloka number 8 to shloka number 19. If you count, it will be 12 slokas. And then 16 times 4 is 64. How beautiful math. So that is the sparkle of Ramayana. So that is the Sanatana people are very clever in everything because they are good in Jyotish, they are good in Ganit, they are good in Vyakarana, they are good in Tarka. So 3 slokas, he gets answer in 12 slokas. Then he only asks 16 questions. Name me one person who fit to these 16 characters. Whereas if you look at the answers from shloka number 9, shloka number 8 to shloka number 19, you will get 64 to 72 answers. So 4 times. Answers get quadrupled by 4. So then he says, I'm not able to contain myself. Buddhva vakshyami. Give me some time. Let me first enjoy. It's not that Narada did not know. He is Triloka Chanchari. Can we say that he didn't know? He can, within fraction of a second, give the answer. But he did not do. Because when somebody asked about Rama, Charitam Raghunathasya. So they are asking about Rama. Rama iti Ramaha. Ramaha ayyate prapyate anena iti Rama. So when they asked about Rama, he knew the answer. But then he started enjoying the guna of Rama. So, aham buddhva vakshyami. Let me first rejoice myself. Because you asked about a Maryada Purusha. Let me rejoice myself. And then I will say. That is the beauty of Ramayana. So, 16 questions. And then he goes to answer in 12 couplets. We don't call it as a doha. We call it as an anushtup shloka. And he then starts giving answer. Niyatatma Mahaviryo Dyutiman Dritiman Vashi. Okay, you wanted me to tell you all. You only asked me 16 characters. I'm going to give you a person all in one. That is the beauty. First sarga, this is very important. Today we will talk about the importance of character. Watch this. If you can count these, all these. Niyatatma Mahaviryo Dyutiman Dritiman Vashi. He can do Vashya. He can capture you, Rama. So, if you look at Rama, Nadayil Nindru Uyar Nayagan. Mayo, Marikadalo, Marudamo, Ayo, even Vadivadaga. If you know Tamil, you will enjoy this beautiful poem. Ayo, I give up. I can't even draw the image of Rama. Kamba says, beautiful. Mayo, Marikadalo, Marudamo, Ayo, even Arag. I cannot. So he just gives up. So Vashi, Buddhiman, Nitiman, Vagmi, Shriman, Shatru Nibarhana. First one 5. Next line 5. Vipulamso Mahabahu, Kambagrivo, Mahanuhu 4. If somebody can count. 5 plus 5 plus 4, already 14. Mahorasko Maheshwaso, Gudajadruhu, Arindama. Arindama means he is like a Yama to the enemies. Arindama Ajanubahu Sushiraha Sulalataha Suvikramaha. He has Samudrika Lachana. So Rama's this forehead is Sulalata. Lalata means forehead. Sulalata. And then he has Kakapakshadaram. The beautiful. He takes time in then making his hair. So it will be round. Kakapakshad. It will just flow out like this. So he has everything. Sulalata. Suvikramaha. Samaha. Samavibhaktangaha. Snigdhavarna is very pale, whitish. Snigdhavarna. Sigdhavarna Pratapavani Pinavaksha Visalaksho. Visalaksha means they think it's feminine. No, Vishalakshi. Akshi means eyes. So Visalaksho, it should come up to ears. So Visalakshi. And then Bahu, the arm should come all the way. Ajanu Bahu Aravinda Talayataksham. So the arm should come all the way from the shoulder up to your knee. Ajanu Bahu. So all this is Sama Vibhaktangaha Snigdavarnaha Pratapavan Pinavaksha Visalakshi Lakshmivan Subha Lakshana. He is having all sorts of Subha Lakshana. See how much it is. 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4. Then Dharmagnaha Satyasandascha Prajanam cha hite rataha. Then all people love him. That's democracy. In those days, even though it was monarchy, there was democracy. So if somebody says Rama, Ramo, 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 iti prajanam abhavan kata, Rama bhut, Jagat bhut, Rame rajyam. The entire world was only singing Rama. You go to, like Shuka says, when Vyasa calls Shuka, hey Shuka, come, then each leaves and trees, you would have studied in your Bhagavad Satsangam, each tree and said, I am Sukha, I am Sukha, I am Sukha. Likewise, everything is like this. So, Dharmagyaha Satyasandascha Prajanam cha hite rata, because he was caring for people. Dasharatha was also caring, but then when Dasharatha said, I am old, I am 60,000 years old, I don't want to lead this Ayodhya. Ayodhya has two Ayodhya. One is Uttara Ayodhya, another one is Southern Dakshina Ayodhya. So, Dakshina Ayodhya is Ram ki maa ka Purva Griha. That is known as South Ayodhya. South Ayodhya belongs to Kausalya Devi, who's her maternal side. Whereas Sarayu That pe hai na, wo Ayodhya to Dasarath ka hai. So then they said, why? Then Dasarath himself asked question. Maybe people don't like me. Because the minute he said, I'm going to relinquish my throne after 60,000 years. Right? Then people should have, if he had ruled well, people should have said, no, you still keep continuing. People didn't say, okay, I'm going to get Rama. Because it is, Rama is much superior to Dasharatha. They love him. They have seen him growing. They have seen him walking one among them. So even though Dasharatha ruled well, they feel much closer to Rama. Sarva prajanam hiterataha. Yashasvi jnana sampanna Suchirvashya samadhiman prajapati samasriman data ripunishudhana rakshita jivalokasya dharmasya surakshita. He is known to take care of the entire world. Rakshita swasya, not only the world, he always takes pride in guarding his dharma, swadharmuko. What is the swadharma for Kshatriya? To protect people. That's why he did Ashwamedha. Rakshita jivalokasya dharmasya parirakshita rakshita swasya dharmasya swajanasya charakshita veda vedanga tattvajno dhanurveda cha nishtitaha. Not only he was well versed in Veda, Vedanga. What is Vedanga? Shadanga, Vyakarana. Like this Niruktam, Vyakaranam, Chandasi, all these are all like Shadangas. Veda has Shing, Vyakarana, Jyotisha, like this. And then Upanga, Nritya Sastra, Ayurveda, Natya Sastra, Ganita Sastra, all these are Upanga. So he is well versed in all these, and also because he is a warrior, Kshatriya, he is well versed in Dhanurveda, which is a Upanga. Dhanurveda cha nishtitaha sarvashastrartha tatvajna. Not only he memorized Shastra, you have to understand the Artha, right? Sarvashastra, Sastra, Arthajnaha, Smritiman. He had a lot of memory power, Smritiman. Look, Valmiki goes to characterize the 16 questions is going. If you count, it will be 74 answers he is giving. If you have time at leisure, copious amount of free time, you can count. I have done that math, I'll tell you finally. So, Sharvasha Astrartha Tatvajnaha Smritiman Pratibhanavan. Pratibha means brilliant. Pratibha means brilliant. Right? We keep names for kids like all these. Pratibha, now you understand. Pratibha means brilliant, Roshan Karnevali. So, Sarvashastrartha Tadvajnaha Smritiman Pratibhanavan Sarvaloka Priyaha. So you say everything. He's so cute, he's so handsome, he's having such a mate, he has that much memory, he is like a passing American Spelby, Smriti Man. So all this he is doing, but will he be liked by people? He is not aloof. Sarvaloka priyaha sadhu sadhu vichakshana. He is very sadhu. This, who says that? Maricha says. In two places, very seldom in Sanskrit poetry or even in Tamil poetry or even in any poetry, you cannot repeat the same word. It's considered to be dosha. That means the writer is not qualified enough. He is looking for words he is not getting. But there are certain things, excuses are there, but excuses cannot be always considered. But there are, when things are become overwhelming, there is nothing could be done. This is the ultimatum, this is the Rubicon, then people are allowed to repeat. Likewise, there are two slokas in the entire 24,000 Ramayana, which I have counted, which is one said by Maricha, both are by Maricha, but two other persons say, this one, who is Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma Sadhu Parakramaha Sadhu Satya Parakramaha Sarvalo Raja Sarvasya Lokasya Devan Magavan Iva. Beautiful sloka. You can win your game in your home ground, but you always want to win in some other ground, right? Home game is good. You will always win because you have wind behind your back. But how you are judged, go somewhere and compete in some other ground. Similarly, you have to be prized by your enemy. Rama was prized for his dharma, for his dharmika kriya, by none other than Maricha. Not only Maricha, Kumbhakarna. Both of them, Kumbhakarna and Vibhishana, even though Vibhishana was Bhaktiman. So this sloka, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma Sadhu Satya Parakramaha, because Maricha was flown away by Rama. Purposely he did not kill Maricha. He let Maricha go. Maricha then goes and then dives into the ocean and then protects himself, because he has a vara that he can save himself by going and deep into ocean. So Maricha flies like that to ocean. And then after Rama lets him go into ocean, don't ask me which ocean, some ocean, maybe Indian Ocean. Okay, there is no Sri Lanka then, it was only called Lanka. So there are two Lankas there again, northern Lanka and southern Lanka. Southern Lanka was ruled by Ravana. So what happens is, this Maricha goes and then hid himself in an ocean, and then Samudra mein. Then after some time he goes to his nephew. His nephew is nothing but Ravana. So then he says, why are you coming like this? Are you not ashamed to protect your life and come? No, I want to tell you something very good. Sulabhaha Purushaha Rajan Priyavadinaha. Beautiful. You will be getting people who will sing music to your ears. Sulabhaha Purushaha Rajan Priyavadinaha. But you need to always surround yourself. Who tells? Maricha tells to Ravana. You need to always surround yourself by people who will give you wisdom. Sulabhaha Purushaha Rajan. There's so many people sulabham. You will get easily somebody who wants to please you, they just butter you up, right? In our slang we say. So, aisa log to bahut milte hai, but it is katin. Kaun katin hai? Wo satya ko bolte hai, wo katin hai. It's very difficult. Sulabhaha Purushahara. This was also said by, I said two sloka. One sloka is this. This was said by Maricha, and Kumbhakarna also says this to Ravana. Beautiful. Kumbhakarna was also a Dharmatma. So he says that they woke him up, feed him. He only gives small intermission. So they drag him. And then he tells to his brother, hey, brata, Anna, so just leave him. Why do you need? That is because nobody can run away from karma. Right? That was Ravana's karma. But in any way, that's another story. So what is Sulabhaha Purushaha Rajan Priyavadinaha? But you need to get somebody who will drag you to the pantha of dharma. So that sloka was said twice. That again Maricha said. Another one is Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha Sadhu Satya Parakramaha. Why I picked this is to tell you again, Maricha was hit by only he was having his life hanging. But even then, he didn't praise Rama's valor immediately. He says, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. The essence of today's talk is on the Sarga character. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Then he's nice to everybody. Sadhu, Satya. Then comes Parakrama. Look at the order Valmiki puts. That is why Ramayana is itself an art of living. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Kamban says in Upodghata, in starting itself, Kamban, even before going into all, Kamba is following the Tamil Kavya Paddhati, so he goes all the Avayadakam and then Nagara Varnanai, Nattu Varnanai, and all that he is giving description of the fauna, flora and all that. But prior to that, in his introductory piece itself, he says, I am going to talk about a person who walked the walk. Nadayil Nindru Uyar Nayakan. There again, Nayaka is the personification of valor, personification of strength. Kamban did not put that first. Nadayile Nindru Uyar Nayakan. Then how does Tulsi Goswami ji begin Hanuman Chalisa, which you all are familiar? He says, Barnau, I am going to give Varnana for Raghubhar. Barnau Raghubhar Jai Jas. I am going to Jai Jas. Uska guna ko varnan karta hu. Pehla slok, pehla doha. पहला दोहा कैसे शुरू करता है? Of course, I am going to prostrate before the Guru so that he will cleanse Mukaru. So he will cleanse Mukaru mane aina, Mukaru mane the mirror. So like the dirt on the mirror, the Guru's pada dhuli will cleanse my manas. Then I am going to do the varnane of Raghubar. Raghukula Tilak Ramachandra ka guna ko gayan karta hai. वो क्या देता है मुझे? 4 पलों को देता हूँ. This is a पहला दोहा. If you think about artha, that is very good. कामा, artha, कामा, मोक्ष सबको ये रघुवर का गुण वर्णन देता है. ऐसा राम हनुमान जी का स्तोत्र में क्यों इसमें रखा? Because गुण वर्णन, गुण गायन. सभी काव्य, सभी कवि, सभी भक्त श्रेष्ठ गुण वर्णने प्रदान करता है. सो रामो विग्रहवान धर्मः साधुः. रामो विग्रहवान धर्मः. He is an embodiment of dharma, personification of dharma. So when Swami Vivekananda asked, can you tell who is Rama and Sita? He simply says, everybody says Sita is pure. That's not the best answer. Sita is purity itself. Purity. Purity is the nature. So you need to take that purity nature and put it on some object and then tell that is pure or impure. Why do go that? She is pure itself. She is the character itself. Right? Swami Vivekananda did this. He did this lecture on Ramayana exactly 123 years back. I don't know how many people did it. He did lecture on Ramayana in 1900, exactly at the dawn of 20th century on January 31st. If my memory serves correctly, January 31st, 1900 in Pasadena, Southern California, Swami Vivekananda lectured on Rama. Then he says, who are these? These are the ideals. Ideal of the ideals of the great nation India. And this book is the greatest epic. And Sita is purity herself. So it would be churlish to just say she is pure. She is that nature, innate nature of purity itself. What a way to say. So that's why this has become blood. This Ramayana is in every blood of Sanatana Dharmi. So none other than, even Bhagavatam also comes second. In terms of Bhagavat Pravachan or Bhagavat Patan, it's only secondary to Ramayana. Every ghar mein, grih mein Ram ka kathan smaran hota hai. Right? So then he said, Sarvadha abhigataha sadbihi samudra iva sindhubihi. Very good. People, he always enjoys with people, enjoys meeting people. Like river joining the ocean. Samudra iva sindhubihi. Sindhu here we have to take it as river. Like Sindhus, like river. Sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam prati gacchati. Right? So like Sindhus, all the Sindhus go and join the ocean. Likewise, all people who sadbihi, sajjano, भागवतों लोग तो राम का स्मरण में जाते हैं. सर्वदा अभिगतः, सद्भिः अभिगतः सर्वदा, ऑलवेज. भक्त जनों तो राम से साथ होना चाहिए. सर्वदा अभिगतः सद्भिः समुद्रैव सिन्धुभिः. आर्यः, आर्यः मीन्स लीडर. आर्यः Sarva Samaschaiva Sadaiva Priyadarshana. Again and again comes. You have never seen Rama getting angry. Twice he got. One with Ravana, another one in near Rameshwaram. In Dhanushkoti, he takes 3 days of Prayopavasam. 3 days, he doesn't eat anything, he doesn't speak anything, he just lay down on the sand of the ocean. Right? And then he expects the Samudra Rajan to make way. He didn't give. Then he shows valor. Chapamanaya Saumitre, bring the bow. Chapa means bow. Chapamanaya Saumitre, Shosha Ishyami Samudram. That's he shows the anger. So then also you bring the bow. Only he says he didn't act because he's always Priyadarshanaha. He doesn't get anger. Once you get anger, anger comes Kamaha. Kama then leads to Krodha. Nobody in this world can control these two. So it's just to fool others saying that he can't. No. Because we are all in this Kali Yuga. Kalau Dukkha Nide. You also read Bhagavatam. Beautiful. Kalau Dukkha Nide Rajan. Parikshit, when Sukabrahmam says, oh Rajan, Kalau Dukkha Nidhi, this place is. Then what do you do? Kirtanam, Hari Kirtanam. So what do? You just play Hari ka bhajan karo. Then it will clearly take away. This is what Thakur ji ne, Goswami ji bhi karta hai. So like Guru ka smaran dhuli to aapka man ka wo to metaphor use karta hai. Wahi to ye mirror aina hai. Likewise, the dust are blown away by wiping the aina, by wiping the mirror. Guru ka smaran dhuli. Then why I am asking my Guru to do this? Because I am going to think and pray Rama. Right? Then Sarva Gunopetaha Kausalya Nandavardhanaha. This is coming to the 17th and 18th shloka. What did I say? 2, 3, 4. He asked 16 questions. Can you name anybody? He didn't expect Narada will say all these are in a single person. That's the beauty. See, he says, I'm going to want you to name me. It's like a trivia. I want you to name me models, role models that will fit to these 16 characters. So Valmiki was thinking, oh, I got this guy, Narada. But who is Narada? Naradam dadati iti Narada. So, but then he thought, okay, Narada is going to name me 16. Naming 16 is going to be difficult. He's going to throw away some names. But imagine, you only asked me, who am I? I am the Manasa Putra of Brahma, Prajapati. Right? And then from me only, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanadana, Sanat Kumara. You would all read about these 4 rishis. They are called as Urdhvaretas. What are Urdhvaretas? They don't have aging at all. There are only 2 sets of Urdhvaretas. One Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanada, Sanat Kumara, and then Shuka Brahmam. So Shuka Brahmam came to this world from Agni when he was 16 years old. So he is a Urdhvaretas. No, so he doesn't discriminate men and women, animal and tree. To him, Atma Ramam. To him, Atma Viramam. So he is only engaged himself in Kirtana. Ramam, Atma. Atma here is Paramatma. Right? So then what happens? So he is the Guru for Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. So obviously Narada knows, you only asked me 16. I'm going to give you all 16, more 16, 4 times 16, more than that 72 times, but not 72 names. I'm going to give them all in a single person. Who is that person? Matrudevo Bhava. He tells, he is throwing all these 60 characters as a suspense. Sarva Gunopetaha Sarvada Abhigata Sadbihi Samudraiva Sindhubihi Aryaha Sadaiva Priyadarshana. He never named. Until these 60 answers, he never named who that person was. Then he is not even saying him as Rama. Watch this. Because there is so much importance given to Mata. That is why in Sanatana Dharma, sannyasis, when mother passes away, sannyasis have to leave the kashaya and then come and do the samskara for the mother. Or at the very least, if they hear their mother has passed away, they have to take snana. Not for father, not for children, not for bharya. No, only mother. Janani, Rama himself says, Janani janma bhumischa swargadapi kariyasi. Janani Janmabhumischa Swargat Gari means important. Swargat api Gari asi. Even Lakshmana got tempted looking Swarnamayin Lanka. So they conquered and then they are all going back to Ayodhya in the Pushpaka Vimana. Then Lakshmana was 1 second astonished by looking at from 36,000 feet. Lanka, Swarnamayim Lanka. Then Rama pats him. Look, Janani Janmabhumischa Swargat api. So for us, our mother and motherland. So let's go back quickly to Ayodhya. So then what answer he gives? All these characters, I'm going to name all these characters, but all these characters are in a single person. That's the suspense Narada keeps. And then what he says, Kaushalya Nandavardhana. There he gives the answer. Who is this person who has all these 64 to 74 characters? Kausalya Nandavardhana. He is the son of Kaushalya. That's what we say, Kaushalya Supraja Rama. That is not Venkateswara Suprabhadam. That is actually Valmiki Ramayana sloka in Balakanda said by Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra takes them to kill Tataka. Okay, right? So he takes them to kill, and the hermitage of Vishwamitra is known as Siddhasrama. So he wants to conduct yajna in Siddhasrama. Tataka and Maricha all come and disturb. So he wants to slay Tataka. Then, so he is asking Rama, not only that, he wants to get Rama married to Sita. Yam Sita mama sutta sahadharma charitava praticha chainam badram te panim grinishva. Beautiful sloka. That sloka is recited in all weddings. Yam Sita mama sutta sahadharma charitava panim grinishva panina. Oh, gold, hold. There is no Mangal Sutra and all in Sanatana Dharma. So it is only then, it is then Saptapati. Then you walk seven steps on the sacred fire. Ekamishe Vishnutvan Vetu Dve Urje Trini Vishnustvan Vetu. This is a Vedic mantra. First is take one. Sapta Sakaya Bhava. Let us be friends. What a beautiful way. That is the dharmic wedding. People don't understand the meaning. So everything gets like Ekam Ishe. Ishe means strength. Dve Urje, more valor. For the strength, I marry you. I hold your arm. Ekamishe Dve Urje. Urje means more energy. To give rise to progeny, to make them more successful, we take together the second step. Trini Bhagya, for prosperity, let us take the fourth step. Likewise, the seventh step, when we take the seventh step, we become friends forever. Sapta Sakhaya Bhava. That comes in the third Ashtaka of Brahmana Bhaga of Yajurveda, for your information. So all these have some meaning. Then he says, Kausalya Nandavardhanaha. Then Vishnuna Sadrusho Virya. Then comes, what is his valor? Vishnuna. Vishnu means Vishu Vyapti iti Vishnu. He is all pervading. Vishnu's meaning means he is all pervader. Right? Vishnuna Sadrusho Viraha Viryae Somavat Priyadarshanaha. Then no matter whatever it is, he can be a strong, he can be a man of so much valor, but it's always sadhu. Somavat, Soma Chandra. Like Somavat Priyadarshanaha Kalagni Sadrusho Krodaha Kshamaya Prithvi Sama. When he gets anger, he's like Agni. But then it goes away quickly. That is the anecdotal experience, example I gave you in Ramayana itself. Chapamanaya Saumitre Soshayisyami Samudram. That is done in Dhanushkoti. Tirupullani, there is a place in Rameswaram, near Rameswaram, in southern part of Tamil Nadu, called Tirupullani. That's where this episode happened. It's called Darbhasayanam. So he fasts. He gives his food, he gives his water, upavasam. He goes for 3 days, no food, nothing. Expects Samudra Rajan to come and give way. That place is called Tirupullani, Darbhasayanam. This is in Samudram, near going towards Dhanushkoti. So what he says, Kalagri Sadrushaha Krodoe Kshamaya Prithvi Sama. Kshama means Prithvi. Because there's nobody else like earth who can keep on bearing all the atrocities. You dig her, you ditch her, it doesn't matter. She doesn't react. Very rarely, very few earthquakes happen compared to all 365 days of bad deeds we do. So, Kshamaya, Kshama means Prithvi. Kshamaya Prithvi Samaha Dhanadena Samatyage Satye Dharma Iva Para. He is like Dharma when it comes to Satya. Dhara iti Dharma. What is Dharma? The one that protects Aram. In Tamil we call it as Aram. Dhara iti Dharma. That protects us. So Rama is afraid of only one thing. He is afraid of getting away from Dharma. Satya Dharma Iva Paraha. Then he comes to a conclusion. The Sarga's first portion comes to a conclusion. So you asked me 16 questions. I have given you 74 characteristics. All are with a person who is living among us. How old was he? How old was he? He was just about 40 years old when this was there. This is happening after Ramayana Katha, assuming that way Rama was 40 years old, or somewhere in between Rama's 12 years and 40 years, either way. But we can take it conveniently because he started finishing Ramayana when Rama returned back to Ayodhya, so 40 years old. So what did he say? This is a 40-year-old superior living Manush. Devyam Devam Manushya Rupena. He is a 40-year-old living Manush. He is among us. He is just yonder across the Ganges. It's on the northern side of Ganges. We are in the southern part, Tamasa Nadi. So we are on the north. He is living on the northern part of Ganges, doing what is prescribed every day, Dharma. So then he says, Danadhena Samatyage. Danadhena means Gubera. Danadhena wala. Danadhena wala kaun hai? Gubera hai. Right, the which we recite every day. Raja Jirajaya Prasakhya Sahine Namo Vayam Vaisravanaya Kurmahe Same Kaman Kama Kama Yamakyam Kameshwaro Vaishravano Dadatu Guberaya Vaishravanaya. We recite, no? This is for Arti. So Dhanadhen Wala Guber Hai. Nothing but Lakshmipati. Vahi Lakshmipati. Dhanadhen Samatyaga. Because he Tyaga. Gubera doesn't keep anything to himself. He keeps giving. If he holds to himself, nobody will get money, right? The world will be pauper. So Dhanadena, Guber ka naam hai Dhanadena. Dhanadena Samatyage Satye Dharma Iva Para. Then all these are in one person. Tamevam Gunasampannam. All these clouds, all these Rashi, all this group of Guna, all these group of 64 and odd Gunas are with one person. Tameva Guna Sampannam Sampat. That's why we say Tameva Guna Sampannam Ramam. They don't say Ramam Viraha. Ramam Satya Parakramam. That's what I said. We named this as the essence of the second series of lecture is importance of character. Ramam Satya Parakramam Jeshtam. Then what did I say? This is Ramayana. It's always new. It's like there is a word called Aparyapta Amrita. That is a Sanskrit word. Aparyapta Amrita. You keep on drinking nectar, it doesn't satisfy you. In Tamil, there's a beautiful Tamil word, Ara Amud. Amud means Amrit. Ara means you cannot satisfy yourself. Ara Amud. There is a god in Kumbakonam called Ara Amudan. Ara Amude Adiyen Udalam Ninpalan Baye. Neerayalaindu, just for the tune, listen. Neerayalaindu Karaya Urukku Gindra Nedumale Siirar Sennal Kavari Visum Selneer Kurukudandai Erar Kolam Tigajakidandai Kandenyamani. So it's a beautiful Tamil verse here. Anyway, most of you may not know Tamil, but what is it? That is Ara Amudu, Aparyaptamrita. It's called Aparyam. Sanskrit mein bolta hu. So Aparyaptamrita. So Jeshtam Shreshta Gunair Yuktam Priyam. He's not saying Rama. Dasharatatmajam. What did I say? Bhajami Devam Bharadagrajam Tam Padambujam Yasya Pavitra Kirti. I'm coming to that same square one. He takes pride in being called. He is a son of Dasaratha. He is in the Vamsa of Raghu. He is in the Vamsa of Khatvanga, Raghu, Aja, Dasharatha, Rama. Dasharatha Rama, Dasarathi. So, Jeshtam Shrestha Gunair Yuktam Priyam Dasaratha Sutam. So, all these characters, Dharma. So, you have to live what Dharma is. But Dharma is, it's kind of dynamic. What works in one yuga may not work in another yuga. But your elders in that community have to decide which will work, which will not work. But you cannot totally ullangan karna. Shastra ko totally we cannot ullangan kar sakte hain. So, but the elders in that precinct, elders in that community have to decide. Previously you cannot sit in a chair and listen. And now we are sitting. But if you say don't, no chairs will be posted, we don't have a crowd. I'm only going to talk to that wall. So, but that is acceptable because what is the purpose? The mean. What is the main purpose is guna kirtana. Right? That is what it is. What it is. So, tamevam guna sampannam rahamam satyaparakramam jeshtam shrestha gunair yuktam priyam dasharatha sutam. So, the first sarga is all about the conversation between Valmiki and Narada to get a model who is a current living model. Asmin yuge samakale, I need a great role model so that people can imbibe those characters, provided that character is Dharma. Rama is none other than Dharma. Dharma is none other than Rama. Mangalam Kosalendraya Maganiya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Shubham.